Update: a Disney spokesperson has reached out to inform Gamasutra that the below job postings do not indicate a revival of the Lucasfilm Games brand, but apparently are for a segment of theme parks, experiences and products business that coincidentally shares the name of the LucasArts precursor. The representative sought to make clear that Disney is continuing its licensed game strategy with partners like Netmarble. Our original story follows below. Entertainment powerhouse Disney looks toward reviving Lucasfilm Games, the precursor to legendary game studio LucasArts, in some capacity, as spotted by Pokemon. A number of no-job listings for various roles at Lucasfilm Games have appeared on the Disney website in recent weeks, including positions for producers, art directors, and marketing coordinators. Disney shut down all internal development at LucasArts, which operated under the Lucasfilm Games banner back in the 90s in April 2013, canceling a number of titles, including 2 Star Wars games, and laying off a reported 150 employees. The job listings, however, reveal new Lucasfilm hires will once again be working on interactive products across all digital platforms, including mobile, home consoles, PC and Mac, and augmented and virtual reality devices. They also THATLUCASFILM Game staff will be charged with handling notable franchises like Star Wars. Curiously, the art director posting specifically mentions multiple licensed video games, and will require potential hires to work with external and internals to build the next great set of Star Wars and Lucasfilm heritage products. Although it's hard to draw any concrete conclusions from the job postings, it's an interesting development given Disney's recent assertions that its future lies in licensing, rather than publishing or development. It's news that might also pique the interest of fans dissatisfied with the company's handling of certain licenses. With Disney's relationship with Star Wars Battlefront publisher having come under scrutiny in recent months, head on over to the Disney Jobs website to check out the Lucasfilm Games listings for yourself. Activision Blizzard-owned King has shut down 2 of its US-based studios following yesterday's news that Activision Blizzard initiated mass layoffs that ultimately affect 8% of the company's overall workforce. The report yesterday said that the King-owned mobile game studio Z2 Live was shutting down as a result of Activision Blizzard's restructuring plans, resulting in the loss of 78 jobs. The Swedish website Breakit has since confirmed that closure and found that King San Francisco studio is shutting down as well. We considered that the right thing for King is to run a studio network in Europe to give us much greater focus in our game development. The teams in the United States have fantastic creative and talented people working with them, but we believe that this decision is the right one to fulfill our long-term strategy, reads a translation of Charlie Tests, King's communications manager, comments to Breakit. We make these difficult decisions so that we can grow in a sustainable way. We believe that these changes will enable us to do just that, and are convinced of our approach. We make this decision to give us a much stronger focus on developing good gaming concepts throughout our European studio network. Rumors of coming Activision Blizzard layoffs in the hundreds first circulated last week, and the company made that decision official in an earnings call yesterday shortly after announcing that the company saw record earnings that quarter. The restructuring effort sees 8% of the company's overall workforce laid off, making for an estimated 800 developers affected. Those layoffs seek to In the words of CEO Bobby Kotick, found a 20% increase in developers directly working on Call of Duty, Candy Crush, Overwatch, Warcraft, Hearthstone, and Diablo by deprioritizing initiatives that are not meeting expectations, and reducing administrative positions and certain other due to non-development roles across its studios. 5 years ago, Eidos Montreal BRUGHTDUS expect life with the release of Human Revolution, a game that was designed to, among other things, play with themes of transhumanism and why people make the choices they do. Now the studio has released a follow-up, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, that purports to show a possible way those choices could play out. A near future where mechanically augmented people are segregated from the rest of society. In a recent conversation, executive narrative director Mary DeMorley told Gamasutra that Mankind Divided was written to hold a mirror up to the world and expose it. That's a notable challenge for any developer. And DeMorley says Eidos Montreal had to significantly change the way it operates and bring more writers in-house to produce the storylines. Conversations and emails scattered throughout Mankind Divided. From a certain perspective, that's actually the easy part. The harder part comes in trying to reflect real-world issues in a respectful and meaningful way. Mankind Divided's marketing initiative put a significant emphasis on the themes of segregation and discrimination that ran through the game's narrative, referencing real-world issues like apartheid and the Black Lives Matter movement in their promotional campaigns. The game and its team have received significant criticism over this, and DeMorley says criticism is valuable when it's fair and fairly delivered. What follows is our full conversation about the art and effort of WRITINGDUS, Mankind Divided, one that sheds some light on how a game that treats with conspiracy theories, terrorism and fears written in a time when the world seems awash in conspiracy theories, terrorism and fear. DeMorley, as the executive narrative director for the Deus Ex franchise, that basically means I am in charge of all the story and all the narrative created for Deus Ex. So for Human Revolution, that meant I was the lead writer and led a team of writers, and on Mankind Divided I am leading an even bigger team of writers, and working with all the departments to basically make sure that the story is infused throughout the game, or that the multiple stories get put into the game as the player experiences them. Good. It's quite hot today in Montreal, and it gets very humid on this coast, so I am attempting to stay cool. Well, that's a big question. Well, a lot has changed. We always kind of talked about doing Human Revolution, and we have said that when we did Human Revolution, we kind of had to be naive, and when we did the next game, which is now Mankind Divided, we have to have college. So we learned a lot. We had no idea what we were getting into, really, when we started Human Revolution. Just in terms of like, how do you reinvent the Deus Ex license? How do you reboot it? And from that game we did actually learn an awful lot. And when that game ended, we kind of said, okay, what did we learn from it? You know, we always go through that process at the end of the game to say what did we do right, what did we fail at, what did we want to fix. So we went through that, and some of the things we wanted to fix this time around well, now, I am forgetting a few, because I have been on vacation for about a month. Thank you. So anyway, one of the things we definitely wanted to fix was boss fights, and we kind of just wanted to make some other improvements in the gameplay. We wanted to make the combat more visceral, more fun. because we thought we got the stealth right on the last game, but the combat was a little lacking, so we wanted to make those pillars equal, and then from a narrative perspective, we really wanted to go a lot deeper with story in the world. We still want to make the main story accessible, so you can play through the game and understand it. At a bare minimum, you can understand it, but also,